joined by Mayor Tim Greimel from the city of Pontiac, who received 62% of the vote in the mayoral race last year, defeating Alexandria Riley, the city's former development chief, to replace Mayor Deirdre Waterman, the city's previous mayor. And he joins us once again on the MegaCast today. Mayor Greimel, thank you for being with us.
Well, thanks so much for having me, Tyler. I really appreciate it. It's great to be on the show.
Appreciate your time. So you are a former county commissioner, former state lawmaker, and now the mayor of Pontiac. Let's start off, tell us a little bit about your background in state and local government, and what prompted you, or what inspired you, is a better wording, to run for mayor in Pontiac.
Well, my professional background is actually as a civil rights attorney, but you're right that as an elected official, I represented Pontiac for 5 years as an Oakland County Commissioner, and then for 7 years as a state representative. And Pontiac is just an amazing, dynamic community. We have a number of really great assets here in Pontiac, but our most important asset is our residents and our people. And we have residents who care deeply about the community, about one another, about their neighborhoods, but they historically have not been particularly well served by city government. And that's what motivated me to run for mayor, is we have so much potential here in Pontiac. We're surrounded by so much wealth in Oakland County. And yet, as Dustin highlighted, Pontiac has often been forgotten and marginalized and overlooked. And past city governments have been part of that problem. And unfortunately, they have not prioritized residents the way that residents deserve to be prioritized. And we're excited about the future. Not only do we have a new mayor, obviously, but we have a brand new city council. And city council and I are committed to working collaboratively and constructively together. And over the past month, our first month in office, we've done exactly that. We're making sure that we're changing some of the structure here at City Hall, making sure that city employees and our structure are user-friendly and resident-friendly, customer-oriented to the needs of residents here in the community, as well as to the business community. Because at the end of the day, that's why city government is here. We're here to facilitate economic growth and economic opportunities for more Pontiac residents. We're here to serve the residents and business community alike. And we're here to make sure that we're providing improved city services so that we can improve the quality of life for everybody here in the community.
And so, Mayor Greimel, as we had mentioned with Dustin previously, and as we've seen over the past several years, and even over the past several months, as major improvements have been made in the city of Pontiac, all of that being said, you coming into office as the new mayor, what are your priorities down the road, some things that you would like to accomplish in the city? And right now, as we are still in the midst of the pandemic, but that momentum is certainly there in the city, what are those initial focal points that your office, your administration, and the city is focusing on at this time to continue that momentum and inspire further momentum in the future?
As I said, we've got to make City Hall more user-friendly for residents. We've got to streamline bureaucracy, cut red tape, make sure that for residents and businesses alike, it's easier to navigate City Hall, get permits, and ultimately get things done in their private sector lives. So we've got to make Pontiac a more business-friendly community. But at the same time, as we help make it easier to bring investment to Pontiac, we've got to make sure that as that investment flows into the community, that it translates into improvements for everyday Pontiac residents. And so bringing the investment alone isn't enough. We need to make sure that we're connecting more Pontiac residents with those job opportunities. That means doing more when it comes to workforce development and apprenticeship opportunities and job placement programs. And that's going to be done in partnership with the Pontiac School District, Oakland Community College, labor unions, the local business community. This needs to be an all-hands-on-deck approach to expand economic opportunity for everyone. The other thing that's so key is improving basic city services. And we prioritized in our first month here, given the time of year, we've really prioritized snow plowing and making sure that we're clearing the streets of snow in an efficient and effective manner. And we've seen a lot of success with that so far. But it also includes fixing the roads once the weather warms and making sure that we're better maintaining our parks. The other high priority that we have is investing in our young people. The voters of the city passed a youth recreation millage 3.5 years ago, and the full fruits of that millage have not been realized. And so we're committed to very quickly standing up a robust youth recreation and youth enrichment program that includes not only sports and athletics, but also art, music, after-school tutoring programs, and computer coding and programming classes. We need to make sure that we're giving our young people every opportunity to live up to their full potential in life.
We're joined by Mayor Tim Greimel from the city of Pontiac, joining us on the MegaCast. And another part that's key about the economic future of the city is, of course, the downtown area. And downtowns in cities like Pontiac and even in large cities all across the U.S., their identity changes over time, and especially changes in the wake and in the aftermath of crises, whether they be economic, public health crises, or other things that are out of the people's control. So, in downtown Pontiac, now, what are some of those priorities going forward in order to make that a destination for people for recreation and even for coming into the city to live in the future, and making it competitive with other metropolitan cities like Royal Oak and like Ferndale and like Birmingham that are in a similar layout or situation as Pontiac?
Back in the 90s and early 2000s, downtown Pontiac was very much a destination. We had a lot of prominent signature events here, Arts, Beats, and Eats, and a fireworks festival, and a taste fest, among other things. And we had a truly vibrant downtown at the time. And we need to get back to that. We need to get back to having signature events downtown, giving Pontiac residents and people from throughout Metro Detroit a reason to come to our downtown and enjoy our downtown. But we also need to make sure that we are encouraging more people to live in and around downtown, that we're making downtown a more walkable community, making sure that it's a vibrant place to be that's truly welcoming to everyone, and that really showcases Pontiac's diversity. And so that is a very high priority for our administration. In the next couple of years, we'll be reconfiguring the Woodward Loop that historically has been a 5-lane, one-way high-speed highway around downtown. That's proved to be a problem in a couple of ways. It's diverted traffic around and away from downtown instead of into downtown, so it's been harmful to downtown businesses. But it's also made it very difficult and confusing for newcomers to the city to navigate one-way streets. And it's also been a very real, visible, and physical barrier between downtown and surrounding neighborhoods. So reconfiguring that loop gives us a great opportunity to make sure that more traffic is coming in and through downtown, that we're making the downtown more connected with surrounding neighborhoods and making those connections more walkable, and that we're making it easier for visitors to come to our downtown and easily navigate our streets and find where they're going. So we're excited about that opportunity, but it's got to be done in conjunction with an overall plan to bring more signature events here and to make sure that more people are residing in downtown and supporting our local retail establishments, bars, and restaurants.
We're joined by Tim Greimel on the MegaCast, and Mayor of Pontiac on the show. And so, Tim, in making all these efforts going forward and solving some of these issues and fulfilling some of those priorities that you set forth earlier with us, and all of this across the board, and continuing to build Pontiac into that destination city, how important in all of that is partnership with some of those pillars of the community that have helped to make this momentum, make this surge in economic thriving in recent years so critical, like United Wholesale Mortgage, like the Amazon facility that's down there on the jobs front, and like community organizations like Dustin's Pontiac Community Foundation? How important of a role are those organizations and partnerships in the community going to play in your administration moving forward with its plans to continue the revitalization of the city of Pontiac?
They're absolutely essential. We're not going to make the progress that we need unless we all work together here in the community. And so I say all the time that this isn't about the mayor. It's not even about the mayor and city council working together. It's about mayor and council working together, yes, but it's about us collectively working with the business community, with civic organizations like the Pontiac Community Foundation, faith leaders, and everyday residents. This is about all of us working together. We can all learn from one another. That input is key in terms of accountability, but it's also key in terms of maximizing and leveraging resources so that we're investing in our community, making downtown Pontiac a destination again, and ensuring that we're providing increased economic opportunity to all of Pontiac's residents. I can't emphasize that enough. It's great to have United Wholesale Mortgage here. It's great to have Amazon here. But we've got to connect more Pontiac residents with those economic opportunities so that the rising economic tide lifts all boats. And we need to do more to connect United Wholesale Mortgage employees to downtown Pontiac. It's great to have them as an amazing community partner, and they employ almost 9,000 people here in Pontiac. They're not located downtown, but they're interested in doing more to connect their employees with the downtown. And we've got to make sure that we strengthen that partnership and that relationship with them so that they and their workforce are feeling truly invested in the city, that more of them are living in the city, and that more of them are coming and spending time in our historic downtown.
We're joined by Pontiac Mayor Tim Greimel on the MegaCast. Mayor, just a few more minutes with you today before we'll say goodbye. Anything else that we haven't touched on today that's going to be a key for your administration or ongoing initiatives and projects that your team and that yourself are working on for the city of Pontiac that residents or even those in the surrounding areas or potential visitors should know about the city's work?
One of our key priorities is reducing blight in the community, and it's a high priority for us to target gateways to Pontiac. We have a lot of visitors who pass through Pontiac every day along Woodward Avenue or M59, Orchard Lake, Jocelyn, Baldwin Roads. And we want to make sure that when people come to Pontiac, when people pass through Pontiac, that we're putting our best foot forward. And so over the coming year or two, people are going to start to notice some real changes along those key corridors, as well as in neighborhoods in the city, as we clean up blight, as we beautify our community, and as we make sure that we are truly putting our best foot forward and being welcoming to everybody and making sure that this is a community that all of Pontiac's residents are very proud of.
Mayor, we appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Tyler. Great to be with you.